Hey there, truth seekers and skeptics. Let's face it, the world is a weird and wacky place, ripe with mysteries and intrigue. In the shadows, conspiracy theories thrive, whispering tales of secret societies, government cover-ups, and corporate malfeasance. Some are outlandish, some are downright bonkers, and then some turn out to be true. Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're diving headfirst into the murky waters of real-life conspiracies that once seemed too crazy to be true. For centuries, people have spun yarns about hidden agendas and powerful forces working behind the scenes. But here's the thing, sometimes the line between paranoia and reality blurs. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. And sometimes those whispers in the dark turn out to be the chilling echoes of actual events. Think about it. A government spying on its own citizens, a president resigning in disgrace, a company peddling deadly products while hiding the truth. These aren't plot points from a Hollywood thriller, they're real-life examples of conspiracy theories that were proven true. So why should we care about these tales of intrigue and deception? Because they expose the dark underbelly of power, the potential for corruption, and the importance of holding institutions and individuals accountable. When we ignore the whispers, we risk becoming complicit in the lies. Remember that feeling when you realize you left your phone at home? That pang of disconnect? Now imagine that feeling magnified 1,000-fold because your every digital move is being tracked, analyzed, and stored by the government. That's the unsettling reality Edward Snowden revealed in 2013 when he leaked classified documents from the National Security Agency, or NSA. Snowden, a former NSA contractor, blew the whistle on massive surveillance programs that collected data on millions of Americans and foreign nationals. Phone records, emails, internet browsing history. Big Brother was watching and listening to everything. The revelations sent shockwaves around the world, sparking a global debate about privacy, security, and the reach of government power in the digital age. Before Snowden, the idea of the government tapping our phones and reading our emails sounded like something out of a dystopian sci-fi novel. But Snowden's leaks proved that the government had gone full-on Orwellian, collecting vast amounts of data on its own citizens, all in the name of national security. The government argued that these programs were necessary to prevent terrorism, but critics argued that they were a gross invasion of privacy and a violation of civil liberties. The Snowden revelations showed us that the price of security shouldn't be the erosion of our fundamental freedoms. The 1970s, a time of bell-bottoms, disco fever, and a political scandal so big, it brought down a president. The Watergate scandal, a term that's become synonymous with political corruption and abuse of power, started with a seemingly minor break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate Hotel in 1972. But this was no ordinary burglary. The burglars were connected to President Richard Nixon's re-election campaign, and as investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a web of dirty tricks, cover-ups, and illegal activities that reached the highest levels of government. The scandal eventually led to Nixon's resignation in 1974, a stark reminder that no one, not even the president, is above the law. The Watergate scandal wasn't just about a break-in, it was about a systemic abuse of power and a blatant attempt to undermine the democratic process. Nixon and his cronies used their positions to spy on opponents, silence critics, and manipulate the media. Watergate left an indelible stain on American politics, eroding public trust in government and demonstrating the fragility of democratic institutions. It showed us that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. For decades, the tobacco industry was like that friend who borrows money and pretends they never met you. They denied, obfuscated, and manipulated the truth about the dangers of smoking, all while raking in billions of dollars. This wasn't just a case of a few bad apples. It was a full-blown conspiracy to deceive the public and protect their profits, even at the cost of human lives. Internal documents, later revealed in lawsuits, showed that tobacco companies knew about the addictive nature of nicotine and the link between smoking and cancer as early as the 1950s. But instead of coming clean, they launched aggressive marketing campaigns to downplay the risks and even target young people. They funded bogus research, hired slick PR firms, and used their influence to lobby politicians and sway public opinion. The tobacco industry's decades-long cover-up is a chilling example of corporate greed and malfeasance. They lied, cheated, and manipulated their way into people's lungs and wallets, all while knowing the deadly consequences of their actions. It's a stark reminder that profit often trumps ethics in the corporate world. Operation Snow White, perhaps one of the most infamous covert operations, was orchestrated by the Church of Scientology in the 1970s. The aim? To purge unfavorable records about the church and its founder, L. Ron Hubbard, from government agencies. Over 5,000 agents infiltrated more than 130 government offices, embassies and consulates in 30 countries. This massive undertaking eventually led to the largest infiltration of the United States government in history. The operation came to light in 1977 when the FBI conducted raids on Scientology offices in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. 11 high-ranking members of the church, including Hubbard's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard, were convicted of obstructing justice, burglary of government offices, and theft of documents and government property. The extent and audacity of Operation Snow White remain a stark reminder of the lengths to which some organizations will go to protect their interests. Was it all just a ruse, a carefully orchestrated event to justify a larger conflict? The term false flag refers to covert operations designed to deceive. We must ask ourselves, who stood to gain the most from this deception? And at what cost? The emotional appeal was undeniable. Tears flowed and hearts broke. But was it all genuine? Or was this another layer of manipulation? The power of a tearful plea should never be underestimated, especially when it serves a hidden agenda. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. Could there really be a plan so dark, so twisted, that it defies belief? History has shown us that the most sinister plots often hide in plain sight, masked by the unlikelihood of their existence. Power attracts attention, and with it speculation. Where power gathers, conspiracy theories thrive. It's a natural consequence of human curiosity and skepticism. But how do we separate fact from fiction in a world where the lines are increasingly blurred?